Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Eric Taylor, Taylor to Astrology, and I'm back continuing and trying to finish up my Secrets of the Sun Sign series. And today, or this evening when I'm recording, I am doing Capricorn the Goat. Yes, Capricorn Sun Sign Secrets. Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, is the final earth sign. It's a cardinal earth sign, right? It initiates and brings in winter, associated with the 10th house, Saturn, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna break down Capricorn. First, do the sun. Just a couple of the, famous people. I think of Jim Carrey, LeBron James, Tiger Woods. There's a ton of Capricorns out there. You know who they are. No need to get into it. I have friends, co-workers, my cousins, Tom and Michelle, love Capricorns. I got a Capricorn moon. My grandfather, Jonathan Taylor, was a Capricorn as well. Miss your grandpa. So, the sun, well, it's your father, your ego, vitality, personality. It's your authority. You can see where you can find potentially your profession, your purpose in life, right? Creativity, expression. The sun is, a big part of your personality, but for the personality, you look at the sun, moon, and rising. It's definitely the ego. And you can see with the sun, and for this case, Capricorn, the chart ruler and the ruler planet of it is Saturn. So when you're looking for the relationship with your father, you'll look at the Capricorn sun sign, but you want to see where Saturn is. Is Saturn exalted in Libra, at home in Capricorn, or at home in Aquarius? That flavors it, right? So that means it's debilitated in Cancer and Leo, and it falls in Aries, okay? Just to give you an idea, because that's how Saturn works. So not so good in Cancer, Leo, and Aries. Capiche? So who's Capricorn? Capricorn the goat, right? I told you the cardinal earth sign. Well, Capricorn is really about status, about achievement, right? It's about structures, foundations, status, right? Cattern. A mix of Capricorn and Saturn, bust the ill patterns, gives you just a Cattern. Gotta have fun, right? But Capricorn is very disciplined, very hardworking. The mantra I have for Capricorn is work hard, and then play hard. Capricorns do that. They tend to look older than their age, right? Look at LeBron James. He was like 17, 18, Brad Young coming in the NBA looked like a grown man. Capricorn can be very mature, right? Capricorns can deal with a lot of stress and fear, anxiety, eczema. Capricorn rules in medical astrology. The teeth, the bones, the knees, skin, eczema, okay? So that's why Capricorns, a lot of them can deal with it. But remember, they have these fears and anxieties and stress and limitations based more so on, and this gives you more insight to the Capricorn sun, because if you just read in like a basic thing, this is deeper because you have to understand Saturn, its ruler. You can have sort of some issues with that, extra fears and anxiety and stress, if let's say your Capricorn sun's in the 7th house, 8th house, no big deal. Where's the Saturn? Is the Saturn in Aries or Cancer or Leo in the 4th or the 1st or the 3rd house? That will flavor the relationship and the type of structure and discipline and foundation you got from your father, and then how you embrace and deal stress and anxiety in your life, right? Capricorns usually have a solid work ethic and work really hard. Now, you know about the planet Saturn. Everybody's like, oh, my Saturn returns. Well, it returns around, between 28 and 30, usually around 28 and a half. Then you have a second one around, 57 to 60, somewhere in there, 58, 60. And hopefully you make it to the third, which can be between like 87 and 90, somewhere in there. Okay? But Capricorn people love to have fun. Now, for professions, architects, the government, because Saturn rules the government, businessmen, therapists, they can be very disciplined athletes. Capricorns could take that discipline into the arts and acting, right? Capricorns actually can be extremely creative, more so the moons, but the sun signs as well. Capricorn, you can see construction workers, dentists, really, sometimes you'll even see orthopedics doctors, okay? Chiropractors. I've seen a lot of Capricorn and Virgo chiropractors. Capricorns, they really have this sensibility of the self-imposed achievement, right? The sea goat, it climbs the mountain. So they really want to achieve and get status and work really, really hard, okay? Don't ever underestimate the work ethic of a Capricorn person. But remember this, as they work crazy hard, you're gonna see them play even harder. So remember, it's work hard, then play crazy hard. Capricorn women, and we'll get into the three decans, but Capricorn women, I've noticed a lot that they can be very career orientated and very verbal. So sometimes you don't know how to hit on them or mac on them or try to initiate a relationship with them because they're so independent and they talk a lot. So you're kind of like jump rope, like, can I jump in? Can I take you out? You're not sure, right? But they usually after work love to let their hair down and party hard. They like to gamble. They like to go on adventures. They like the fun. They like the outdoors. Now remember, it initiates winter. They love winter fashion and clothes. They're stylish. They like to go skiing and, all types of things. I find a lot with the first decan. Let's break down Capricorn season anyway. So we're really talking around December 20, really the 21st, 22nd, okay? That brings in the winter solstice. You're talking like 0 degrees, depending on the year. And then it goes to about the 1st of January. That's the Capricorn decan. These people can be extra serious, very mature, wise for their age. They have almost like a fountain of youth. I mean, I think about Tiger and LeBron, right? Even after Tiger's been through, he still came back and played golf. After the car accident, we never thought, LeBron is almost 20 years in the NBA. LeBron's playing forever for, considering an NBA career, and about to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who I met and came to my house and was friends with my father, as the all-time leading scorer, okay, in NBA history, and probably the second best player of all time. And I know some of you LeBron fans are going to get at me, but Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Stop it, okay? So, but they are natural leaders, the authorities, right? Capricorns are often the bosses. The boss of the bosses, par for the courses. You'll see Capricorns, the Capricorn decan, sorry, getting back to that, going to about the 1st of January, they really, really like to let their hair down and have fun. They actually can be really silly, right? Remember Taco Tuesday, LeBron, right? They like to have fun. But it's so funny. It's like a switch, right? So they'll be super serious and almost ornery at one minute, and they'll be super silly. Oh, Sandy Koufax also has that this December 30th birthday. So, you know what I mean? But they are going to work hard and be true professionals. By the book, follow the law, follow the system, follow the structures, follow the hard work, the discipline. Then, from about the 1st to the 10th, 11th, you're going to see the Capricorn Taurus decan. These people could be a little bit more stubborn, little grounded. These people can have 2-3 jobs. They're about the Benjamins, about that money. And they love pleasure and beauty. These are the ones that want to go on the vacations and gamble and go to Vegas, go to Atlantic City. You know, they want to kind of just party hard. Like, they party really hard. They also tend to have very strong values, but they love to decorate and make things beautiful. Their Christmas house, right? If they're into that, or Halloween, they go all out. You'll see, like, you're just kind of like, whoa, this is pretty intense. Like, you like the holiday, huh? You know, they can be good gift givers, and they really have big hearts and good sense of humor. They love to laugh, you know, libations, party, all that good stuff. And they're really good at like board games like Scrabble and Life and, you know, backgammon, chess. When you get to the 3rd decan, you're talking about from the 11th, 12th, all the way to January 20th. These folks are the Capricorn Virgo, because that January 21st is 0 degrees Aquarius. So the 20th is the 29th degree. These are the Capricorn Virgo decan, okay? These guys are more health conscious, but they're very tough on themselves, super self-critical. They can be into IT, computers, accounting, anything financial, banking. And banking can be for any of the Capricorns. But this can be the accountants, IT, really good at computers. They might be a little bit more health conscious. Capricorns tend not to have too much weight. They tend to be more angular, slender. You know, they can have an athletic build, but you don't see so many Capricorns that are obese. Now, I mean, hey, we all, you know, have different placements. You got to know the Venus, the moon, to be an emotional eater, but just the generalization of this sun sign placement with the Saturn will tell a lot. Now, if this Capricorn, any of the decans, Cap Taurus, Cap Virgo, if their Saturn's in Aries, they can tend to have arthritis, skin rashes, and rheumatoid arthritis. I've seen that a lot, okay? Saturn doesn't do too well in Aries. And itchiness, you know, eczema, dry skin too. You can find that the Capricorns, you know, if your father is more in, your Saturn's more in Cap or Aquarius, your father may have been more into business or architect design, like real estate, you know, working in a corporate office, having his own business. Especially in Libra, they'll be more in the business of sales, having like a store, a supermarket, a laundromat, maybe even dealing with relations, public relations, PR, marketing, working on a railroad. Capricorns, you know, definitely, you know, you could see that a lot. And especially that and the Capricorn Taurus decan. Not saying that the others don't, but the Capricorn Taurus decan. So we're talking, like I said, right, that 1st to the 11th, they like to drive fast and they'll have sex in the car. But they like to drive really fast. Capricorn men, they can be smooth with the ladies. They can. They just have this mature, stern way, and they can be very delayed in sort of silliness, but very upfront and direct in terms of like wanting to date or go out or, you know, date or, you know, marry or whatever it is. surprisingly so, I've seen a lot of Capricorns have delays in marriage or not get married at all. Even though the Virgo Sag is, what I told you is like the bachelorette sign, I've seen a lot of Capricorns who either can marry 2-3 times or not get married at all. And that's with all the Decans, They can be very focused on that independent achievement status life. They want to climb the corporate ladder of success. Capricorns also, they can live in apartment buildings, but they prefer having their own foundation. They would like to build their own home from scratch, okay? But they can do very well in big cities, but they like a little land, a little grass, a little place to just kind of relax. Because like when Capricorns take off of work, which is like very rare, a lot of them will work 5-6 days a week, if not 7. When they relax, they might want their cigar or their wine or their cognac or a nice beer, but they want to be in the yard and just listen to their radio or, watch good movies. And they can definitely be a little nostalgic. Because remember, Saturn is like the ancestors, the DNA, the grandma, grandpa, right? So Capricorn is like the stern grandmother, right? Aquarius, stern grandfather. So you can find, they can be very strict sometimes on their children, right? Can't do this, don't do that. They can have a lot of rules, a lot of systems and structures in place. It's interesting to see, But then there'll be like the crazy fun grandma and grandpa. My grandpa was real chill with me. I can remember reading the newspaper with him, going to watch him cut off the heads of the chickens, the dogs down in Tampa, Florida, outdoor pets. I remember he was like a deacon in the church. They can be very disciplined about the church and things like that as well, depending on your faith and culture or whatever, temple, mosque, whatever. And whatever they're going through in their life, even if they're self-abuse or whatever, they will be kind of like very structured with their faith, right? Hindu, Buddhist, Jew, Muslim, Christian, they can, the routines. And they're the type, they lose a job, they'll get another job tomorrow. They're so resourceful, and they can kind of fall into line with and they'll get promoted quickly. I know school teachers, they'll be the first to have their lesson plans done. They're the first to, get promoted at work. They work extra hours, after hours. A lot of that stuff with Capricorn the goats, And I think Muhammad Ali might have been a Capricorn too. How could I forget the champ? But you're gonna find that they are really wise and intelligent, and they can come off sometimes as just old souls, the men and the women. Like they get it. They understand. They figure things out, and they have these big laughs. Capricorn men and women, they've got like this laugh that is so contagious. And they're very friendly people too. When they're not being so serious, they're extremely friendly. But when they want, they could be a straight up a-hole, straight up bi. They could be jerks. With their serious mean side, it can be nasty. Or like Michelle Nicey or whatever you want to call it. Ask my opinion, and all I think is just, what I mean? So like their trip. What else? You'll find also they don't need much sleep. Capricorns, they'll function, where some people need the 8 to 10, they're like between 5 and 7. If they get 8 hours, they're going to be refreshed for like 2 days. Capricorns, they could do the 5 to 7 hours. And that's why they can work hard, and party hard. They're going to have it covered. They can work a 13-hour day and still go party afterwards for like, 3-4 hours at the club or the bar, get home at like 1 in the morning, get back up again at like 6 and be like, yo, I got this. I'm at work on time. Boom. Don't usually like to be late for work. They, for the most part, are organized, but you got to look at the Saturn. They can be very disciplined and organized. But they do have these fears and anxieties. They, on the low, can be worrywarts. They really can. And especially that Capricorn Virgo decan. Oh my God, anxiety and this and that. And, the Cap is very much about achievement and status. But they're great people. Capricorn the goat is a lot of fun. And they will test people too. They'll test you. You won't know that they're testing you, but they like to test people. And for the most part, they're pretty loyal and faithful in relationships. Now, they can be, you don't know this because Scorpio gets associated with vengeful, but Capricorns can be vengeful. If you cheat on them, they'll cheat back on you. Okay? And because they're so mature and serious, when they let loose, they can get very drunk, very high. And hopefully if the Saturn's poorly placed, Cancer, Leo, Aries, they can get into some addictions. Okay. So overall, and they also get a lot of attention in public. Because remember, Capricorn is associated with the 10th house, the top of the chart. So the fame, the reputation, the legacy, they're known. People will know their name, their nickname out in public, at the work. They don't just like hide. Everyone kind of knows who they are. And it could be because they're chatty, but it could be because of their achievement status and hard work and their work ethic. Okay? So salute them Capricorns at the job. And Capricorn bosses though, they can be hard asses. You can be like, all right, enough, just stop, leave me alone. I've seen that before. But yeah, Capricorns, much respect. Got love for my Capricorn cousins, love for my Capricorn grandfather, my good buddy's wife, amazing Capricorn, former co-workers, Capricorns, amazing people. And yeah, much respect, Capricorns, all right? And hey, that's my moon sign. So I know about the work hard. And they can be slow with emotions. They don't always have time for being sensitive or emotional. They it happens, but they could be limited or delayed. Make sense, And sometimes they can kind of butt heads with that, but you'll see it more depending on the Saturn placement. Saturn won't be so bad in Virgo or Taurus. It's really more just Cancer, Leo, and Aries, where that can hinder and damage sometimes the relationship with your father. So you look at the birth chart, you hit me up, taylor2coaching@gmail.com, be like, yo, E, I need a birth chizzy for my Capricorn Rizzies, so I understand the fizzies, my dizzies. All right, this has been the Capricorn Sun Sign Secrets. And they can have some serious chronic illnesses and some body aches and pains. Gotta watch out for autoimmune, the skin. So it's about cleaning the gut health. And they gotta make sure they floss and wash their teeth and get good skincare products. No chemicals. You want like pure stuff, like my wife's company, sabalepure.com. You want stuff that's very clean, plant-based, organic, natural stuff. None of this poison, okay? Because you're kind of like hardcore and all that, but your skin, your structure is kind of sensitive. But their stuff, they're tough stuff. They're tough, sturdy people, And yeah, that's Capricorn the goat. I'm Eric Taylor, the Virgo, Capricorn moon, tailored to astrology. All right, Capricorn, sun sign secrets. Oh, and they can be players and playgirls. You know, they have their fun. They have their fun. Bye, Capricorn the goat. Later.